The Young Woman and the Sea is the new movie by Joachim Rønner. I saw these posters at my local movie theater and questioned, like, what is this movie? When was the last time we had a theatrical live-action Disney movie that wasn't a remake of one of their classics, which, Mufasa? I don't think I'm gonna see that. But just looking at the poster for Young Woman and the Sea, it looks thematic and it looks mature. Stars Daisy Ridley, which if you watched my review for Sometimes I Think About Dying, I enjoy her quite a bit. And it is the true story of Trudie Ederle as she attempts to swim the English Channel. And while I went into this movie with pretty open expectations, it didn't take a long time to kind of figure out what this kind of movie was. As soon as I saw the Jerry Bruckheimer production tag, I knew what we were getting into, and sure enough, like, this is just another one of his movies. Think Remember the Titans, think Glory Road, think Miracle, think The Greatest Game Ever Played. There's more. This is another Disney sports movie. Hey, you might be missing these, and if you are, this one's for you. And I could definitely see The Young Woman in the Sea in one of those VHS clamshell cases that all the Disney movies used to be in. But that being said, it doesn't really do anything new at all. It is a very sterile movie that could be motivational and wholesome, but it's also paced kind of bad. It's a little dull. We get to follow Trudie from her childhood to her adolescence, where she loves swimming, but this is set in like early 1900s. So the idea of a woman competing in a swimming tournament is out of this world to them. There's a lot of scenes where the boys are like, girls are not allowed. And it might sound kind of funny, but when you're watching the movie, it's taken so serious. Granted, this is a movie for children, so if you were looking for something deep, this just really isn't it. But as more time burns away in this movie, we finally get to the moment where Trudie is going to attempt swimming the English Channel, and I gotta say, it does become pretty exhilarating at that moment. I liked how often the camera was half underwater and half focusing on Daisy. It kind of felt like you were in the middle of it all. There's other obstacles that Trudie has to go through. I don't want to ruin, because when it was happening, I thought it was pretty intense and visually pretty cool. I mean, this is a director who did a Pirates of the Caribbean movie and a Maleficent sequel that I did not see. So he gets to showcase some of his director flourishes there. As mentioned, I enjoyed this being a wholesome movie. Like, it's nice to watch a movie that isn't about killing and drugs and stuff. I thought the relationship between Trudie and her sister was really great and encouraging. There's this really sweet moment where the sister says something ass, and Daisy Ridley's character is like, oh my gosh, you cursed. I thought that was really funny and sweet. And performance-wise, it's all okay. I mean, Daisy is fine in this movie. I thought her performance on Sometimes I Think About Dying earlier this year showed a greater range, but there was moments on this movie where she kind of reminded me of like Amy Adams. Just very wide-eyed and staged. A lot of this movie, especially in the first 30 minutes or so, felt like it was a rehearsal that I was watching. Still, I like Daisy taking on all of these roles, and she was a good choice to play someone so inspiring. The music on this movie feels like some stock Disney sports film music that was stowed away for years but brought back for this one. I will say I noticed on the end credits how pretty it all sounded, and I wanted to point that out because, yeah, at the end of the day, this is a 120-minute movie that feels like it is 150 minutes. This was originally going to be a Disney Plus movie, but Disney decided to put it in select theaters, which, good on them. So The Young Woman and the Sea, I would give this movie a 5.4. It is playing in select theaters and is released by Walt Disney Pictures. Thank you for watching.